Few novels capture the scope of human life, love, and history as powerfully as Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace. First published in 1869, this monumental work is often considered one of the greatest novels ever written. With over 1,000 pages and hundreds of characters, it blends intimate human drama with sweeping historical events, focusing on Russia's experience during the Napoleonic Wars of the early 19th century. But beyond its size, War and Peace is timeless because it explores universal themes: love, fate, freedom, suffering, and the search for meaning. At its heart, the novel follows several aristocratic families, especially the Rostovs, the Bolkonskis, and Pierre Bezukhov, as their lives are shaped by the tides of war and peace. Tolstoy uses their stories to show that history is not just about kings and generals, but about ordinary people caught in extraordinary times. The first lesson is the unpredictability of history. Tolstoy challenges the idea that history is driven solely by great men like Napoleon. Instead, he shows that events arise from countless small decisions, accidents, and the actions of ordinary people. In his philosophy of history, no one person controls the outcome. This lesson humbles us. History is shaped by forces larger than any single individual. The second lesson is the search for meaning in war. Characters like Prince Andrei Bolkonsky begin with romantic dreams of glory and honor, but soon see the brutality and futility of battle. War is not glorious, but devastating, chaotic, and often meaningless. Tolstoy strips away illusions about heroism, revealing the human suffering at the core of conflict. Yet, even in this suffering, individuals can discover humility, compassion, and courage. The third lesson is the value of peace and family. The Rostov family embodies warmth, love, and vitality. Through their joys and struggles, Tolstoy shows that life's true treasures are not in wealth or glory, but in relationships. While war destroys, peace allows love, growth, and human flourishing. This contrast reminds us of what really matters. The fourth lesson is personal transformation. Pierre Bezukhov, one of the central figures, inherits immense wealth but feels lost and purposeless. Through suffering, searching, and reflection, he undergoes a spiritual awakening, realizing that happiness lies not in status or possessions, but in humility, service, and inner peace. Pierre's journey reflects Tolstoy's own search for meaning and anticipates themes in his later works. The fifth lesson is the confrontation with mortality. Prince Andrei experiences moments of clarity when wounded in battle, realizing the vanity of ambition and the fragility of life. Tolstoy emphasizes that awareness of death can strip away illusions and focus us on what is truly important: love, compassion, and inner peace. The sixth lesson is the power of love. Natasha Rostov's story illustrates the transformative power of love, its beauty, its mistakes, and its redemption. She makes youthful errors but grows through them, eventually finding depth and maturity. Tolstoy portrays love as messy and imperfect, but ultimately central to human fulfillment. The seventh lesson is the illusion of control. Throughout the novel, characters struggle to control their destinies, whether in battle, politics, or love. But Tolstoy insists that much of life is beyond control. What matters is how we respond with courage, humility, and acceptance. This echoes the Stoic idea that we cannot control events, but can control our attitude. The eighth lesson is the importance of forgiveness and reconciliation. Many characters suffer betrayal, loss, and disappointment, but healing comes through forgiveness. Pierre, Natasha, and others discover peace not in holding on to pride or resentment, but in letting go. Tolstoy shows that reconciliation is necessary for true happiness. The ninth lesson is the spirituality of simplicity. In contrast to the chaos of war and the vanity of high society, Tolstoy elevates the wisdom of ordinary people, peasants, and nature. He suggests that truth is not in abstract philosophy or political ambition, but in the simple rhythms of life, love, and work. Through Pierre's eventual embrace of simplicity, Tolstoy conveys his belief that meaning is found in humility and harmony with life. The 10th lesson is the balance of war and peace within ourselves. Tolstoy uses history as a backdrop to explore the inner battles of his characters: ambition versus humility, pride versus love, despair versus hope. The novel suggests that just as nations struggle between war and peace, so do individuals. True peace is not just external, but internal, the result of self-understanding and compassion. So, how do we apply war and peace today? First, recognize the limits of control. History, like life, is shaped by forces beyond any individual. Instead of seeking domination, focus on humility and wisdom. Second, see war for what it is: destructive, chaotic, and dehumanizing. Resist glorifying conflict. Third, value peace, family, and love above wealth or ambition. Fourth, embrace personal transformation. Like Pierre, let suffering and struggle lead you to deeper meaning. Fifth, face mortality with courage. Awareness of death can help us live more authentically. Sixth, nurture love and compassion, even when they are difficult. Seventh, forgive and reconcile relationships matter more than pride. Eighth, seek simplicity. Meaning is found not in luxury, but in humility and connection with others. Ninth, recognize that inner peace matters as much as outer peace. The battles we fight within are as real as those fought on battlefields. Modern relevance is clear. In a world still torn by war, ambition, and division, Tolstoy's novel reminds us of the cost of conflict and the need for compassion. In societies obsessed with status and wealth, War and Peace calls us back to the simplicity of love, family, and humanity. And in personal lives filled with ambition and anxiety, it reminds us that meaning is not in control, but in acceptance, not in victory, but in peace. Perhaps the most powerful part of War and Peace is its humanity. Tolstoy captures people in their contradictions: noble yet flawed, proud yet fragile, selfish yet loving. His characters feel real because they are us. Through their stories, Tolstoy teaches that history is not abstract but lived, that war and peace are not just political but personal, and that meaning lies not in greatness but in love and humility. The big takeaway from War and Peace is this: life is vast, unpredictable, and often beyond our control. But within it, we can find meaning through love, humility, forgiveness, and peace. Tolstoy's masterpiece is not just about Russia or Napoleon, but about all of us, our struggles, our hopes, and our search for truth. That was War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy, broken down into its most powerful lessons in under 10 minutes. Which lesson resonates most with you? The search for personal meaning, the value of love and family, or the acceptance of life's unpredictability? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to like this video, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Thanks for watching, and remember, peace, within and without, is life's greatest treasure.